Good day, class. Today we'll talk about conditionals. So these are also called if clauses. It help us or they help us express possibilities, facts, and results. So by the end of this lesson, sorry. By the end of this lesson, the students or you are expected to state the use of conditionals in making sentences, distinguish the format of the different types of conditional in sentences, and realize the importance of understanding the uses of different conditional in creating grammatical sentences. So now let's define or what is conditionals. Conditionals are also called if clauses. Show how one action depends on another. So it used to talk about what could happen, what we wish would happen, and why it might have happened. So conditionals are sentences that show how one action depends on another. So for example, of course, if it rains, anong mayayari kapag umulan? We'll get wet. So again, if it rains, we'll get wet. So this tells us getting wet depends on the rain. So we use conditionals to talk about what could happen, what we wish would happen, and of course, what might have happened. In conditionals, we have two parts. If clauses, condition, and main clause, results or consequences. So every conditional sentence has two parts. Kapag sinabi nating if clauses, these are the condition, and the main clauses are the result. So for example, if it rains, that is the condition. If it rains, what's the result? We'll get wet. So unless you know where she lives, that's the condition or that's the if clauses, if clause, and the result is you won't find her. That's the main clause. Unless you know where she lives, you won't find her. Or another example, if you study, what will happen? That's the condition. If you study, the results will be, of course, you will pass the exam. So the sentence in conditional is, if you study, you will pass the exam. So we have four types of conditionals. So we have zero conditionals, that is about general truth or fact. The first conditionals is about real or possible future, and the second conditionals hypothetical or unlikely. And we also have third conditional that is unreal past or regrets. So again, meron tayong apat na klase or types of conditionals. Si zero conditional po is about facts and truth. Si first conditional po is about real future possibilities. And the second conditional po is for imaginary or unlikely situations. Third conditional is for regret or unreal past events. Again, si zero conditional ay para sa mga totoong bagay. Katotohanan. First conditional, mga totoong mangyayari in the future. Sa second conditional po ay imaginary lang natin or imposibleng mangyari. And sa third conditional po ay yung ating mga regrets or yung mga unreal past events. So let's talk about first about zero conditionals. So zero conditional talks about facts and general truth. Both clauses use simple present tense. If can be replaced with when, it has the same meaning. So sabi dito, in zero conditional daw po, si zero conditional po or si zero conditional po ay about general truth. 'Di ba sabi ko nga kanina, ito ay tungkol sa katotohanan. So the zero conditional talks about facts or general truth. Both clauses use simple present tense. Pero pwede mong palitan si if ng when and it has the same meaning as long as it is about general truth. What's the formula of having or making zero conditionals? If plus present tense plus present tense. So let's have an example. If it rains, the road gets wet. If you touch far, you get burned. The road get wet when it's rain. So again, halimbawa naman, if you hit ice, kung ininit mo si ice, what will happen? It melts, right? Kanina sabi ko, you can replace if to when. So, if you hit ice, it melts. So, you can also say, when you hit ice, it melts. So, same meaning lang sila, di ba? So, this is used when something is always true. That if and when. So, now let's go with first conditional. Si first conditional po, it refers to possible future situations and their results. Kanina si zero conditional po is about the general truth, katotohanan. Si first conditional po ay possible future situations. If clause is a simple present tense, main clause will plus base verb or other modal. So for example, the formula for first conditional is, it's not a formula like science ha. Kumbaga para lang tayo madadalian bumuo ng first conditional sentence. So if plus present tense plus will, may, can, might plus base verb. So kay first conditional po, it always talks about real and possible future situation. So ano nga po yung formula? If plus present tense plus will, may, or can plus base verb. So let's have an example. If you study, you will pass the exam. This means it's possible, it can really happen. So these are the example. If you study, you will pass the exam. If the customer calls back, she may get the refund. So as a students of contact center services, you are going to encounter a lot of customers. Or as an agent, you will able to answers a lot of calls. So if the customer call back, baka pag bumalik sa inyo yung pagtawag ni customer, maybe she may get the refund. If the team leader looks at you, kapag tinignan ka ng team leader nyo sa isang company, he could be monitoring your call. So again, sa first conditional po ay possible to happen, real thing that possible to happen in the future. Again, it is if plus present tense plus will or may or can plus base verb. For the second conditional, it refers to hypothetical or unreal situations. Kung kanina, si zero conditional is about facts or general truth, si si first conditional is about future, real, possible things to happen. Si second conditional naman po is about, it refers to hypothetical, unreal situation. It is used for imaginary future events. So, imaginary mo lang. Unlikely to happen. Ayo, imagine mo na minahal ka ni crush mo kahit di ka niya kilala. So, pwede natin siyang gawa ng sentence, di ba? Because it is impossible to happen. Or that is our only imaginary or hypothetical. Unreal present situation and impossible now. So, these how are we going to make second conditional in a sentence? If plus simple past plus would, could, might plus verb. So these are the example. If I won the lottery, I would buy a house. Unlikely, future. So kita nyo parang medyo imposible naman talaga ang percent na manalo tayo sa loto. So again, if plus past tense, if I won the lottery is already past tense. Anong ginamit niya? I would. Pwede ding, di ba sabi ko kanina, you can use would, could, or might. I would buy a house. So, plus base verb. If I had the customer's number, kung meron, if I had a customer number that is past tense, I would call him back. Impossible. Present naman siya. If the customer asked for a discount, I would give it to her. So again, if we are going to make the second conditional in a sentence, we are going to do if plus past tense plus would, could or might plus base verbs. So that's not real. It's just our imagination. So for the third conditional, it refers to unreal past situation, regrets, what if, used for things that didn't happen in the past. So sa third conditional po is the thing that did not happen in the past or our what if. Formula or how are we going to construct third conditional in a sentence? If plus past perfect plus would have, could have, might have, plus past participle. So these are the example. If she have left earlier, she would have arrived on time. So, di ba sabi ko, if plus past perfect plus would have, could have, or should have plus past participle. So, if we could have found better seats if we were early. If Rose explained the products, the customers might not have returned it. Again, when we say third conditional, these are the things that did not happen in the past. So, hindi siya nangyari. Parang na-regret natin siya. What if nangyari siya? Na-regret natin siya na hindi siya nangyari. Kaya ang mga ginagamit natin ay would have, could have, might have. Conditionals are important. Why? Because they help us in zero express facts. In first, it talks about possible futures. For second conditional, it's imagine hypothetical situations. And for the third conditional, it reflects on unreal past regrets. So they allow us to express possibilities, advice, regrets, and facts clearly in English. So, bakit nga ba mahalagang pag-aralan ng conditionals? So, conditionals are very useful because they let um, they let us express facts. Ano pa? Imaginary situations and regrets clearly. How about for call center or for you as a student of contact center services? So as you, conditionals are very important in the call center industry. 'Di ba? Kaya nga natin pinag-aaralan yung grammar. Although that grammar is in English subject. Pero naka-incorporate siya sa ating subject because as a call center agent in the future, you should you should learn how to construct a sentence, how to talk correctly. Kasi in grammar, kasi sabi ko nga, you are going to um, talk with a lot of different people. So, conditional are very important in call center industry. Why? Because they help us communicate clearly and professional with customers. So, halimbawa, syempre, pag nasa isa kang company na, you often use conditional when giving instructions, solutions, or possible outcomes. So, we might say, if you restart your modem, di ba minsan, ang tatawag sa inyo is yung magpapaayos ng mga modem. Or ng modem, ng kanilang Wi-Fi, or kung ano pa man. So, we can say, if you restart your modem, your connection will improve. Or, if you provide your account number, I can assist you faster. Minsan kasi, the call center will have a bank, o sa banko sila. So, you can, sanbawa, may problema sa account ng isang um, customers, you can say, if you provide your account number, I can assist you faster. So, conditionals make our sentences sound logical, polite, and helpful. Skills that are essential for customer service representatives. So, for our activity, please answer this 1 to 5 activity 13.1. Complete the sentences with zero conditional of the verbs in bracket. And also, after this, I will be sending you a Google form for you to answer. I hope that you will listen, you will watch this video. If you don't have a lot of load or wala mang wifi, magpo-provide din po ako ng self-paced module or self-paced PDF copy of this lesson. And then afterwards, again, you are going to answer in Google Form. I'm gonna put also this question in Google Form so that you are no longer going to write on your notebooks. And then I can easily get your answer. Just be honest.